Let's do this. Gotta do this in about 6 minutes. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. All right, now let's do this. What do we got here? This for Lost Soul Aside here. This for the system requirements. Listen to this. Lost Soul Aside delayed, but this article has the system requirements. It says here the PlayStation-backed action adventure game Lost Soul Aside has been delayed until August 25th, 2025. It says it was due to be released on May 30th. It says Alta Zero Games, the studio behind the project, says it needs additional time to polish at launch. The game will be available on PlayStation 5 and PC. No Xbox version of the game is planned. It says, Dear fans, we are truly grateful for the positive response we received from players all over the world since we announced Lost Soul Aside. We remain committed to deliver a high-quality game experience. To match the standard Alta Zero Games have set for ourselves, we are going to take some additional time to polish the game. Lost Soul Aside will now release on August 29, 2025. We want to express our heartfelt thanks to our fans waiting for launch. Yang Bin Bing. Now it says here on PC, Sony has promised optimized 4K graphics, ray trace, DualSense controller support, and the high dynamic range display support. Note that the developers of the game recommend playing it with a controller. If you use a keyboard and mouse, you may have a subpar experience. Below are the official system requirements of the Lost Soul Aside. Sadly, resolution, frame rates, and settings targets have not been released. This limits the useful of imperfection below. Note that this game has higher CPU and GPU hardware requirements when ray tracing is enabled. Furthermore, it should be noted that ultra ray tracing recommended and RTX 50 series GPU. Says here, what do we got? The game recommends a GPU AMD RX 5700, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2660. No, 2060. Hopefully these GPUs will target 1080p at 60 FPS. Since this is a fast-paced action title, we hope that this game recommended hardware will also target 60 FPS frame rate. All right, now for the system requirements. Ready? Let's see here. Medium GPU NVIDIA GeForce 1060 or AMD RX 5500 XT. CPU Intel Core i5 10400 or AMD Ryzen 5 3600. RAM 16 gigs. OS 64-bit Windows 10 / Windows 11. Storage 80 gig of SSD, 80 gigs solid state, right? Now for recommended is GPU NVIDIA RTX 2060, AMD RX 5700 XT. Now CPU Intel i5 10400 or AMD Ryzen 5 3600. RAM 16 gigs. OS 64-bit Windows 10 / Windows 11. And then storage is 80 gigs of solid state drive. Now for high settings is GPU NVIDIA RTX 3070 or AMD RX 6800 XT. CPU Intel i7 11700 or AMD Ryzen 7 5700X. RAM 16 gigs. OS 64-bit Windows 10 or Windows 11. And then storage 80 gigs of solid state drive. Right? Alright. Now for high ray tracing on GPU NVIDIA RTX 4080 or AMD RX 7900 XT. CPU Intel i7 11700 or Ryzen 7 5700X, RAM 16 gigs, OS Windows 10 and 11 64-bit, and storage 80 gigs of SSD. Alright, now for ultra ray tracing, GPU NVIDIA RTX 5070, CPU Intel i7 13700 or AMD Ryzen 7 7800X, RAM 16 gigs, OS Windows 10 and 11 64-bit, and storage 80 gigs of solid state drive. So that should do it. So that's the system requirements for what's this game called again? Lost Soul Aside. So, and this is coming out on August 29th 2025. So this video has this article has a trailer in it, and I will leave it. So just like the last video that I did on which one was this, on that racing game. So both articles have the system requirements, and yeah, both have a video in it. So I will leave both of them plus the Steam Deck notes, and then you can take it from there. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, the Star Wars Searcher. Thank you for Dark Side. Go home. Peace. Alright, we're done.